Good morning, everyone. Are you able to hear my voice?
Sir,
Okay. We'll start in 1 or 2 minutes. Actually, what happens? Today we have data skills webinar. That's why we'll close this one this by 10:30. Okay. At 11 o'clock we have that webinar. Okay. Everyone has to attend that webinar. Okay. See, in the last class, what we did, we installed Turbo C in our local machine. Okay. After installation, we have seen that one sample hello world program. How we are going to write a sample hello world program in C++ that we have seen in the studies in the last class. Okay. See, after installing your software, okay, it will give one one shortcut here, Turbo C++. Okay. By clicking this one, you can directly enter into that editor, or else you can directly go through. Actually, once you install your software in your local machine, that software is going to install in local disk C. Okay. Here you can see this is the local drive C. Here you will find the folder called Turbo C3. Okay. Just open this one. Here you will find one more folder, bin folder. There you will see one application called TC. Okay, this is your actual application. By double clicking this application, it will open. If I double click here, it will open this window, blue screen window. Here you will write your code. Here, just like C language only, we will open this blue screen editor. Actually, this is a Turbo C++ IDE. Here we will write our C++ code. This is the one way to open your editor, or else after installation you will see this icon in your desktop. Okay, just double click here. If you start your Turbo C++, just click here. Okay, it will directly open your editor. Okay, this is another way to enter into your editor. Okay, here you can just directly go to file, click on new. Okay, here you will write your code. What we did in the last class, just we have seen one sample program, right? Hello world program. Okay, how you written that program? First you have to include one header file, that is hash include io stream.h. Okay, this is the header file you need to include. Okay, then you have written one main function. Okay, within that main function you have written one or like cout statement. Okay, this is similar to or like printf statement in C language. Okay, I will go thorough with this. What is this here? Okay, here just what we written hello world. Okay, semicolon. Then close your main function. Okay, this is a sample hello world program that we have written in the last class. Okay, after writing your program, what you need to do? You need to save this file, right? Okay, for saving, just go to file. You can see save option. Or else directly press F2. It will give option like this. Okay, here you need to save your file. Okay, how to save your file? Here it is. Okay, where you want to save your files first. Okay, instead of saving directly within the bin folder, better to create one folder in any one drive. Okay, how to create one folder? Just I will tell you. Okay, just go to any one drive. Okay, our software is installed in C drive, right? Better to create one folder within the C drive. Here I am going to create one folder. Just right click anywhere within this window. Go to new. Here you can see folder. Okay. Give one name for this folder. Okay. Here I am giving name for this folder is CSCB. Okay. So within this CSCB, all my programs, whatever the programs I will read in my total lab session. all my programs I'm going to save within this cscb folder. Okay, within this cscb only I will save all my total programs. Okay, see how to save into this folder. Okay, go to editor, here go to file, click on save. While saving your while giving your name, you need to move to the drive. Within the c drive, within the c drive I have created one folder, that is cscb. Okay, slash. Okay, you need to give file name. Okay, how to save c++ file? You need to give the file name dot extension with the dot c++ dot cpp. Okay, here hello is the file name, dot cpp is the extension. Okay, then okay, now you can see here it is saved in the location cscb hello.cpp. Here your file is saved. Okay, after saving your file you need to compile your code. Okay, just how to compile? Go to compile option, just click on compile, or else directly go with the shortcuts also, alt F9 for compilation. Okay, here it is showing one warning. What is this warning? Just I will enter. Okay, here you can observe if you have any warnings or any like errors, it will be displayed within this. In the message you can see, you can just read this warning. Function should return a value, means that you can observe here within the main function I have taken return type as int. Okay, if I take int, it is mandatory to write one return type here. Return, I'm going to return some 0. Okay, that you need to do. If I take here void, no need to return anything. If I go for int, you need to return some value. Okay, then save it again. How to save? Go to file, save, then compile. For compilation, alt F9. Now there is no warnings and no errors. Okay, then you can go for execution. Okay, how to execute your file? Directly go to run, click on run, or else press Ctrl F9. Okay, see now your program is executed, but you are not able to see your output, right? To see your output, okay, press alt F5. Okay, if you press alt F5, your directly output window will be visible. Here you can find the output. Okay, hello world, it is printed, right? In this way you need to execute all your programs. Okay, see, instead of pressing alt F5 in the last to see your output, just include one more header file, that is #include conio.h. Okay, this is a header file similar to C language only. Okay, see, or like before return, just use one statement getch. Okay, what this getch will do, will directly give your output. Okay, this getch is a function which is available in this conio.h header file. Okay, if I give this getch, okay, again I'm running my program. First compile it, no errors, just run. Okay, now you are directly you are seeing your output, right? Without pressing alt F5 you are able to see your output, because there we return one more statement, that is getch. Okay, but in the output screen you are seeing two hello worlds, means that already in the previous execution one hello world is printed, again you are seeing one more hello world this time. Okay, I don't want to see previous output. Okay, I want to only the current execution output. Okay, how you can do that? Just here before like printing your output, just clear your screen, clr scr. Okay, this is a function which is available in conio.h header file. Okay, this clear screen function, this is a function. What this function will do, it will clear your output screen before like printing anything. First it will clear, is there any data within the output screen, it will clear first. After
Hello, sir.
clearing, Yeah, tell me.
Sir, Deepak is waiting in the lobby, sir.
Actually, after 10 minutes, like it is not accepting.
Okay, sir.
I,
He joined.
I just I will admit you.
Okay, sir.
You not waiting state.
And sir, just now.
Okay, I think he left from the window. I think here it is not showing any waiting participants. Okay. Anyway, I will share this video. Don't worry. If he joins again, I will admit him. Okay. Still, it is not showing any waiting. Okay, once I start the meeting, within 5 minutes only you have to join. After 5 minutes, if he joins also, it is not accepted. Okay. I have say like assigned some privileges. Okay. Anyway, we will move. Just a second. But still, he is not in waiting state. I think he like okay. See, what this CLR SCR will do. It will clear your screen before execution. Whatever the output we have previously, that will clear by using this function. Okay. Getch will do directly once you run your file. Okay, directly it will go to your output screen. Okay. Uh, the, this is the like thing these two functions will do. Okay, these two are CLR SCR and getch. Both are present in conio.h. Okay, just here directly I'm pressing Alt F9 for compilation. Okay? Better to note these points. Okay, CLR SCR spelling is wrong. Okay, here you can see CLR SCR. Okay, this is the actual function. Okay, press Alt F9. There is no errors. Again, Control F9 for execution. Now here you can see only hello world. Okay, you observe the difference, right? In the previous case, we have seen both the outputs hello worlds two times, right? In this case, we have written one more statement, that is CLRSCR. What this function will do? It will clear your screen first. After clearing your screen, it will print your output. Okay? That you need to remember. Okay. Then this is about your sample program. Okay. We'll move on to this new topic. That is here I have used the C out, right? What is the C out actually? Okay, that we will see. Okay. See, for example, if you consider in C language, I want to print something on the output. Okay, what statement we use? Okay, printf statement, right? The same way, if you want to print anything on the output in C++, we have the statement called C out. That statement we can call it as it is an object. Okay, that object we will use. Okay, just observe this diagram. Okay, here we have one CPU, one input device, and one output device. Okay, here what is this one? This is the CPU. Okay, this one is the input device. Okay, and this one is the output device. Okay, what happens? For example, consider if you want to actually in CPU we have some memory, right? Memory unit also there, right? Okay, we want to transfer the data from input devices to main memory. While executing a program, we use this main memory, RAM memory we will use. Okay, if you want to transfer the data from input devices to this output devices, we need to transfer the data. Okay, in the same way, if you want to print something on the output screen, the output window, from main memory to some output, we will use some statements. Okay, see, I want to print some message in the output screen. From here, we are writing our program. We are using some memory. Okay, from main memory to this output screen, we'll use one statement that is called cout. Cout is one object. Cout is one object that is present in IO stream object. Okay, this is O stream is one like header file. Just IO stream, right? IO stream means like it is both like I stream plus O stream. We are including one header file that is IO stream. Okay, that IO stream will divide into two streams. One is O stream and one more is I stream. Okay, to travel or transfer the data or to travel the data from this main memory to this output stream. Okay, we use the cout object. This object is present in O stream header file. Okay, in the same way, if you want to transfer the data from input devices to main memory. Okay, from here to main memory, I need to transfer some data. Okay, to carry that data, we have one object. That object called cin. Okay, this cin is available in iStream header file. Okay, see, if you want to transfer the data from input devices to main memory, we use cin object. Okay, if you want to transfer the data from CPU to output devices, we use the statement or object cout. Okay, here we use the symbol. This is insertion operator. Okay, whereas in cin we use extraction operator. This is the insertion operator we use while printing the message. The same way, to read the data from the keyboard or some input device, we use this cin object. Okay, along with this extraction operator. Okay, see, both are present in one single header file, that is IO stream. Instead of including two stream objects, iStream and OStream, you can directly include this iostream.h header file. Okay, this header file consists both the objects, cin object and cout object. Okay, see, if you observe here, what this statement is doing, the cout object plus like insertion operator, two less thans. Okay, whatever here we are writing, this data is traveled by this day, whatever we are writing within the double quote here, this is going to print in the output stream by using this cout will carry that data. Okay, whatever here we are writing, that is direct. It will take the cout will take the data that will print in the output stream. In the same way, if you want to read the data from the keyboard, for example, here just consider int a is there. Okay, see, I want to read some data from the keyboard. Okay, how you can? First, I am writing one cout statement. Okay, enter a number. Okay, what it will do? Just in the output screen, you will see enter a number, some message. After that, user will enter some data using keyboard. Okay, keyboard is the input devices, right? Using whatever the data you have entered in input devices, that I need to carry to main memory. How you can? By using cin extraction operator. I want to store that data in the variable a. Okay, this is similar to cin is similar to scanf in your C language. Okay, what in C language, how you will write? First you will write printf, enter a number, then you will write scanf percentage d comma or like a. In the same way, here by using cout, I have written one statement, enter a number, which will print on the output screen. Then user will enter some number. After entering that number, okay, how user will enter that number using keyboard, right? Okay, just observe this one. Okay, here user will enter that some number. Okay, this number I need to like transfer to the main memory. Okay, how you will, by using cin object. Okay, the cin object will take that data and it will transfer to the main memory. Okay, here whatever the data user entered here, that data the scene will take and it will directly save the data in the variable a. Okay, this is how the scene will work. Okay, just I'm going to execute this program. Just observe, first compile this program. Okay, for compilation alt F9. Okay, there is no errors now. Okay, after compiling your program, just execute it. For execution, control F9. Okay, see here in the output screen you are seeing that enter a number. Okay, enter a number means just I am asking the user to enter some number. Okay, how user will interact with this output screen? By using keyboard, right? Input devices. By using input devices, just I am entering one number 5. Okay, whatever the number I have entered here, that number I need to carry to the main memory. How? By using cin object. Okay, by using cin object, just I am whatever the like number I have entered here, that number I am directly storing in the variable a. Okay, just enter. Okay, now you are able to see hello world message, means that your 5 value is stored in the variable a. Okay, if you want to print that a value, whether it is reading or not, just here I'm writing one more statement, cout. Okay, or like giving some message like a value is. Okay, then within the single statement you can write one more or like insertion operator and you can give a here, means that after this statement hello world statement, it will print a value is this message plus that value, original value will be printed here. Okay, just saving this file. Okay, after saving, compile it. Okay, no errors, and execute it. Now you can see it is asking a number, so I'm going to enter 10. Okay, now here you can see hello world is one message and a value is 10. Okay, now you are able to get that input data, right? Okay, that data directly storing within a variable. Okay, but you are able to see hello world and a value is 10 within single line, right? If you don't want to print in the same line, okay, we have one statement. Okay, that is after writing hello world endl. Okay, endl is one object. This is also present within the ostream of ostream class. Okay, or like with what this endl will do, it will after printing the message, it will directly go to next line. Okay, in just like C language we'll use slash n, right? Slash n means it will cursor will move to the next line. In the same way here endl also will do the same. Okay, cursor will move to the next line, it will flushes the stream. Okay, whatever the data it is traveling will flush there. Okay, me just simple remember endl means just like a slash n in C language. Okay, after printing that message, it will directly go to the next line. The remaining statements will be printed in the next line. Okay, now just I'm saving this file. So once again I will run this file. Okay, now you are able to see if I enter some number, now you are able to see hello world is printed in one line, the next line it is printed a value is 10. Okay, in this way you can like modify you can print your data in the output. Okay, like this is how like we are printing some message in the output, and how we are going to retrieve the data from the keyboard. How we are going to retrieve the data from the user. User will enter the data here by using cin object. You can read the data into the main memory. Okay, whatever you have written, if you want to print in the output, that data you can print by using cout object. Okay, the cout object will carry that data from main memory to this output screen. Okay, actually internally, whatever the data we are transferring, that data is like travel in the form of stream. Stream means it will flows the data from one place to another place. Okay, from main memory to output screen, cout output. Okay, from input devices to main memory, we have cin object. Okay, in this way the data internally like transfer. Okay, or like the if you can observe here. Okay, scene object and cout object both are presenting in this header file. Okay, within this iostream.header file, we have this or like both the object. In the same way, along with the cin and cout, we have one more object, cerr. Okay, this is also similar to cout only, but this object generally we use to print some error messages in the output. Okay, for example, I want to print some error message in the output screen. In that case, you can go for the c error. Okay, this is about the standard input and output. Standard input means getting the data from the input devices. Okay, printing the data in the output devices. Clear this one? Is there any doubt here? Everyone? If it is clear, we will move to the next topic. Okay, better I will show one example program here. Okay, then you will get some clear idea. Okay, how we are using the cin and cout. Okay, just observe here. I'm going to write one program. Okay, what is my aim is, I want to read two numbers from the user. Okay, one number I'm going to print in one variable, and one more number I'm going to print another variable. I want to add the both numbers, and then I will print that sum of those two numbers in the output screen. Okay, that is my aim. Okay, what is my aim? I want to read two numbers from the user. After reading these two numbers, I just add those two numbers and I will print that in the output. Okay, see how I am going to write. Hash, what is the header file I need to include first? iostream, right? Hash include, tell me, io stream.h. This is the header file you need to include. Then better I will include conio.h also. Okay, you know the difference between why we are using including this conio.h. Okay, to use clr scr and getch, we are going to include this conio.h. Both clr scr and getch both are present in this conio.h header file. Okay, just I'm taking the like main function. Okay, first I will clear. Okay, better first include, just create two variables. Okay, one is for one variable a, one more variable b. Okay, I want to take one more variable, that is sum. Okay, here I'm just clearing the screen. Okay, you know this, what is the use of this clear screen? clr scr function. Okay, it will clear is there any output present within the output stream. Okay, that will clear first. After that, what I'm trying to do, I want to read two numbers from the user. Okay, first I will ask the user. Okay, or like enter two numbers. Okay, this will print in the output first. Okay, then what user will do, he will enter two numbers. Okay, I'm going to read first number by using cin into the variable a. Okay, then second number into the variable b. Okay, after reading two values, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add those two numbers. Okay, this variable concept we will discuss the in depth in the later section. Just observe how I am going to read this data from the keyboard by using cin object. Okay, see, then after adding those two numbers, I'm going to print message in the output. Okay, just some sample message, sum of like two numbers is. Okay, then I'm going, where is my sum is available in sum of some variable, right? Just print that sum variable. Okay, then get ch close. See what I'm trying to do, just I have declared two variables and one more variable for storing the sum value, addition value. Okay, I'm clearing the screen. I'm asking the user to enter two numbers. After entering, after seeing this message, what user will do, he will enter two numbers. Okay, those two numbers I'm going to read into a and b by using cin object. Okay, here I just added the two numbers. Okay, and I'm printing the sum value in the output. Okay, how? By using cn. Okay, just give the some message, print that variable. Okay, in some variable we have the sum value. That value I'm going to print in the output. Then get ch means after the execution, no need to press alt F, it will directly go to output screen. Okay, see, but after writing just in compiling, I'm pressing alt F9. There is no errors, but one warning. You can observe this warning. Okay, there you use int is the return type for main. For that you need to return something. Okay, we are not written anything, right? Just return 0. Okay, then save it again. Save your file. First I need to save your file. Where I am saving, actually I have created one folder, right? In C drive, cscb is my folder. There I'm going to print sum.cp is my file name. Okay, now your file is saved. Okay, after saving your file, compile it. No errors and no warning. Okay, then press Ctrl F9 for execution. Okay, now you can observe user here you are seeing one message, enter two numbers. I'm going to enter two numbers. First number is 5 space, second number is 10. Okay, what is the output we are expecting? We are adding those two numbers, right? We will expect some 50. Okay, if I enter, you can see here sum of two numbers is 15. Okay, clear? Whatever the number we have entered here, those two numbers I have read into variable a and variable b. Both number I added and just I printed variable sum here. Here user entered two numbers. One number I have read into a, second number into b. I just added two numbers, stored the value in the sum. The sum value here just I have printed. Okay, in this way you need to do all your programs. Okay, clear this one? I think I will give some more examples in the later sessions, like after variables and data types concept, we'll do more programs on this. Okay, I will close this thing. Okay, I will take your attendance. Just I will send one poll. Just complete it. Okay, in your screen you will get one message. You submit that one. You got one pop-up, right? Everyone, just submit your just last three digits only. Submit your attendance. Okay, that's all for today. Okay, I request all of you attend that webinar,
Sir,
data science webinar. Okay, submit everyone. submit your attendance. Okay, so that I will mark.
Sir,
Tell me.
sir, can you maximize the program tab, sir?
Okay, just a second. Okay. After like operators concept and data types concept, we will do more programs on this. For better understanding of this C in object and C out object, just I have taken this example. Okay, just remember C in is similar to scanf in your C language. C out is similar to printf statement in your C language. Okay, but in C language, printf means that is a function, but here cout is an object. Okay, C++ is object-oriented programming language. Right? Okay, we'll discuss more about object-oriented concepts the before the starting of second unit. Okay, the first unit will totally focus on this basic concept. Only 26 members are like submitted your attendance. Remaining.
Sir, 563 Gopi, sir.
What?
Nothing, sir. Nothing.
Who are seeing that pop up, submit your attendance. Only 26 are submitted.
Sir, 563 Gopi, sir.
563. Are you submitted that form?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. If you are submitted, 7 more are there. 7 more. 7 students are not submitted. 26 are submitted.
Sir, I have any doubt, I'll ask you, sir.
Yes, just tell me.
How?
Tell me.
Nothing, sir. I have any doubt in this program, I will ask you, sir.
Okay. In the next class, you can ask.
Sir, you are also in YouTube. Continued these classes, sir.
Yeah, everything after class I will upload in your just subscribe that channel. Okay, you can see. Just I will show in YouTube.
Yesterday also submitted in WhatsApp group, sir.
Yeah.
Your
In WhatsApp group I have shared. Okay, in YouTube you can find my channel. Okay, there I will daily class I will upload in there. Okay, you can watch there also.
okay, sir. Just raise your voice, sir. Some
You are not audible.
nothing, sir.
Okay. That's all for today. We'll see in the tomorrow's class. Okay, everyone should attend that webinar. Okay,
Sir, what is the webinar?
that is related to data science. Okay, that is a new course. Okay, that is benefit to you.
Definitely, sir.
Yeah, it is mandatory.
Sir.
That's why only we have cancelled the sessions.
Okay, sir. Okay, I understood.
Okay,
Sir,
tell me.
sir, I'm doing this program in Dev C++, sir, but
Yeah,
it is showing error in header file itself, sir.
yeah. Actually, that Dev C++, you need to follow some namespace concept. Okay, you need to include. In the next class, I will show one program in Dev C++. Okay.
Yes, sir. Only the error is in the header file, sir.
In header file,
iostream.h.
don't give .h there. Okay, just iostream is enough. Don't give .h and include one more statement after header file using namespace std. Okay.
Okay.
That one program I will execute in Dev C++ in the next class. Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
We'll see in the next class. Thank you.